everyone. I'm your host of Star English. My name is Dorothy Nam. 안녕하세요. 도르시 남입니다. You know, there was this interesting passage I read somewhere, and it went something like this. We should be instruments of our own peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And when there is sadness, joy. Where I read this passage was that it was one of the favorite passages of our guest tonight. So let's go ahead and meet this honorable man right now.
I'm Iric Arribas. Yes, Luis Cruz. Yes, he's the current ambassador of the Philippines here in Seoul, South Korea. And yes, he's a very senior diplomat, and you can really learn a lot from him.
Hi, Star English. I'm Ian. Ambassador Cruz. He's a very hardworking and simple person.
안녕하세요. 조연지입니다. 저희 루이스 T. 크루즈 대사님께서는 항상 한국과 필리핀의 양국 발전을 위해서 항상 애쓰시고 힘쓰시는 아주 다정다감한 분이십니다. I'm gonna see the new world with nothing but the love you gave me. Only thing I can do is to trust the time we share. Baby, I'm gonna go to the new world with nothing but the strength you gave me. There's nothing to be afraid of. I know your love will lead me where I should be. Even if it is dark and hard time for me.
We have this wonderfully magnificent man here in the studio. We have the wonderful, honorable ambassador to Korea from the Philippines, Mr. Luis Cruz. So happy to have you here.
Good to see you,
Good to
Dorothy.
see you.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yes, 오랜만이에요.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You've got your Korean going.
Yes.
오랜만이에요.
네. As a matter of fact, the last time we saw each other was, I think, when we were in a museum.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Baeknam June Museum.
That's
Is
right.
that correct?
So
Yeah.
long ago. Many years
That's right.
ago. Uh-huh.
That's true.
Wow, that was several years ago.
That's true. Yes.
Good to see you again.
You look well.
You look wonderful.
Thank you.
I'm curious to know, so then how long has it been since you've been here in Korea then?
Oh, I've been here for the last 4.5 years. Mm-hmm. Our regular tour of duty for Philippine ambassadors is 6 years outside the country.
Oh, wow.
In 1.5 years' time, I expect to come back home.
Oh, perhaps back to the Philippines,
Yes,
of course.
yes, yes.
I see.
Yes.
Well, of course, our viewers would love to meet you. If you can say a greeting of a hello to our viewers, and please, greet them.
I'd like to greet the wonderful viewers of this very famous program of Dorothy, and I hope that you will enjoy this segment of this program. Hello to everyone. 안녕하세요. 저는 조한 필리핀에서입니다.
Wow, your Korean's improved.
Thank you.
I think even several years ago, I don't know, has it?
Oh, well, first time I came here, of course, my Hangul is zero. But through the years, I was able to pick up some things.
Good. Did you actually learn Korean or just picking it up?
What I did is, since we have Korean staff in our embassy, towards the afternoon, before the office closes, whenever I have time, I would ask one of my Korean staff, to teach me. a few lines.
Korean. Good for you. Very smart man. Have some tea. Please have some tea.
Thank you very
yeah.
much. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Hongcha.
really good. Yeah,
Okay.
so 4.5 years. So when
Yes.
you came to Korea, at that time, you said that you didn't really know any Korean at all.
That's
I
correct.
mean, were you aware of the culture at all? The spicy food? And
Of course. Because prior to that, I was here in 2007. Or the year before I came here for a meeting. Because prior to coming to Korea, I was the Director General for the Philippine ASEAN office.
Okay.
And since Korea is a dialogue partner of ASEAN, so they get to host ASEAN meetings also. And if you recall, in 2009, the summit, the ASEAN-Korea summit, was held in Jeju.
Yeah.
And all 10 leaders of ASEAN were here. You know.
Wow.
So my job before coming here was the Director General of ASEAN. So that was my first exposure to Korea.
Oh, wow. So
And
you
it
were...
was autumn.
Oh.
I remember, a very pleasant time to be here.
Yes.
It was autumn season. You know. That's when I fell in love with Korea.
Okay.
So when it was offered to me, I said, why not?
Well, I think many Koreans love that you're here too. You know, of course, there's so many ambassadors. How many ambassadors are here? In
Oh,
different
more than
countries?
100.
Wow.
That's more than 100.
Yeah,
you know.
and I know, you stand out.
Really?
Of the ambassadors, you stand out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so your time in Korea, if I were to ask you, of course this question should come later, but
Okay.
in your time in Korea right now, let's say if you look back in your past, of course your 4.5 years, and then
Yes.
your time as a Director General too, what's the one or two things you can pinpoint about Korea that you can say, oh, it's different from the Philippines?
Oh, Korea, of course, the weather.
Okay.
First of all, it's the weather, because you have 4 seasons here. And in the Philippines, it's either wet or dry season. But the temperature would be pretty even, about between 27 to 32 degrees. And I think that's one of the attractions for Koreans. But for us, I seem to enjoy 4 seasons.
Yes.
The change of clothes and so.
Yeah. Never a boring day in
It's
Korea.
never a boring day. Yeah. And that's why, I was, at first I kept on wondering, why do Koreans leave this country during summer or during winter time, when everything is so nice and cool and
Yeah.